still aboard Megan's ship? Feels odd. What is this place? Where am I? I can feel something moving closer. Watching.
Empress Emily Caldwin. I am a friend of your father's from the bad old days. I never expected us to meet. I watched your mother die at the hands of schemers who wanted your little empire. Then you were rescued by a man in a strange mask. I thought that was the end of the excitement. But someone yanked the rug from under your feet. You've lost your throne and your father. And I promise, Delilah won't just give them back. So, what are you prepared to do about it? Your Imperial Majesty? And are you clever enough to do it without spilling a river of blood? I asked Corvo those questions 15 years ago. This is the moment that changed him. Now it's your turn.
It burns from the inside. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of something. All the stories, they're true. Incredible. This is how I'm going to save my father and reclaim the throne. What is that? It feels familiar.
I know you. Do you remember? It's been so long, and you've been through so much. Even as an echo of myself, it's good to know you're there.
Mother? You're here, but you're not here. In my hand, but somewhere else.
Only the last of my essence, with you for a while. If only I could reach across this great expanse and take you into my arms. But I have this to offer. My gift and my curse. Summon me to your hand, and I will guide you when I can.
Who is Delilah really? How could she? I don't understand.
You shouldn't be here. No one should.
There's no one quite like Delilah. I watched her pull herself up from blood and filth, until she was in a position to steal from the wisest scholars in the Empire. Survival and ambition, art and magic, with a cunning that makes fawning sycophants of those around her, all of it leading to what you saw at Dunwall Tower. Delilah's playing the long game. She took all the abuse the world could deal out, and now she has a crown. But I'll let you in on a secret. She's got her eyes set on a much greater prize.
When I was 10 years old, bored with my lessons, I dreamed about sword fighting and sailing the ocean. Now I'm realizing that the world is stranger than I ever imagined. Everything I know has been turned on its head, but I'm dealing with it the best I can. When you look at the great jeweled map at Dunwall Tower, Karnaca is the southernmost port in the Empire. A fat, red ruby. That's how I always thought of it. Up close, the city smells like the ocean and strange spices. Up close, it's a tangled story of blood and ambition. The birthplace of my father. Megan Foster is a stranger, but there's something that makes me want to trust her, despite her guarded disposition. She got me out of Dunwall, and I need answers. Delilah and the Duke made me look like a murderer, using the Crown Killer to butcher my political adversaries. They took what was mine, and I'm gonna get it back.
Must be cursed. Daft old man, this is some shit. Back to that city. What would we have done in the old days? All sharp metal and shadows, we'd say.
All right, you've explained part of it. But what were you and Sokolov doing here?
The old man loved Karnaca, but he'd caught wind of a conspiracy tied to the Crown Killer. He wanted to warn Corvo.
There are reports about tensions rising, corruption, street violence. I didn't give it much mind. Usually the local authorities resolve that sort of thing.
The new Duke has let things slide. But Sokolov concluded he might be the head of the conspiracy. He came in looking shocked, and if you've heard his after-dinner stories, you know that's unusual. We were going to set out for Dunwall, but something happened.
The Crown Killer.
Yes, the hatch ripped open and Sokolov screamed. All I caught was a glimpse of someone carrying him across the deck. I followed as long as I could, toward Addermeyer Institute. It's run by the alchemist Hypatia. Maybe the Duke is using a patient of hers, the Crown Killer.
Addermeyer. All right. I'll get inside. The Crown Killer has to be eliminated, and if the alchemist will cooperate, maybe I can learn something about what happened to Sokolov. Wish me luck.
If you need my luck, Sokolov's as good as dead. When you get done at the Institute, disable the watchtower. Once it's down, I'll bring the boat around. We'll take the skiff to the shore when you're ready.
I say, Your Imperial Majesty, I have something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. It concerns the murders happening across the Empire, committed by this so-called Crown Killer. When I left Bristol years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters. I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaca, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you. Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption. I'm staying with an associate, Megan Foster, aboard her vessel, the Dreadful Whale. We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning, as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the way sweet Jessamine was stolen from you and your father, and I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man. I was asked to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Megan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more private.
Dunwall seems so far away. I'll come back soon, Father. I promise. The jewel of the South. My father's birthplace. She's almost as secretive as you.
Ready for me to drop you at the docks?
Let's go see the streets where my father grew up.
Off we go then.
It won't do to be recognized.
I'd take you to Adamire by boat, but security's too tight. The Grand Guard have a watchtower there. Go inland and use the carriage station. Before his death, the old Duke of Serkono spent decades building up Karnaca. After Duke Luca Abel took over, he started draining the wealth out of the city as fast as he could. Orgies and week-long feasts.
Having more fun here than we were in Dunwall, it seems.
Watch yourself on the way to Adamire. The Duke's given the Grand Guard run of the city. Strangers get attacked on sight.
I'll keep my head down.
This is a good spot. Reach Adamire, take out the Crown Killer, and find out where Sokolov was taken. The alchemist, Hypatia. She'll help if she can. Sokolov likes her.
I'll see you later at Adamire. Just wait to bring up the boat until after I've disabled the watchtower.
Bet my last coin it's gonna be brined hagfish again.
That's Addermeyer in the distance.
Search. Give the group time to load up whatever contraband they're no doubt waiting on. Damn it! They give us a piece of the proof escape. Yeah, we pass it along to another ship. Outside us, crooked cock! Boots just don't fit right. Hello there. Another day like yesterday? I think I'll give it up for good. Better off in the void than another day. Things aren't bad enough. Now I gotta go.
You know that was supposed to go to us. What are we supposed to do now? We're out of money.
Give him a chance to tell me something. It wasn't his fault, Maya. I'm sorry, every now and then one of those Grand Guard bastards pulls a stunt like that. It's getting worse. But I might be able to help you out.
We're listening.
There's a stack of goods that no one's claimed in one of the holding warehouses. I happen to know that no one's going to claim it ever, because it was dropped from a boat, loading up the freight boat. It's good stuff. Spices and dried fish. Maybe worth more than what you lost.
That's a good deal, Maya.
Alexandria Hypatia.
Oh, thank you,
She used to
Ramus.
treat the workers, but she doesn't come around anymore.
Still
So
not
all this
fair them
means is
just
that
taking what was ours, but we appreciate
there are always
what you're
people
offering.
coming to Serkonos
If
looking
it's
for a
like you
better
say,
life.
and we can
We'll
find
get them into
buyers,
the
then
mine.
get us through
If
the
I have
next
to
month.
club them over the head
Yeah.
myself.
Look, I wish I could have stopped him. Just meet me here again tomorrow, okay? Same time.
We'll be here.
Coins for that cat lab? Well, no more, thank you. Place is a dump anyway.
Fellow Serkonans, in the Duke's absence, I have the following announcement. New restrictions are now in place due to the political assassinations conducted in the name of the former Empress, Emily Baldwin, and carried out by the former Royal Protector, Corvo Atanos, the Grand Serkonan Guard.
Don't be greedy, friend.
Streets of Karnak.
Oh, you're kind, thank you. If you want to get past that wall of light, I've heard people sneaking through this blood-fly-infested apartment. Going through there will get you to the other side of that Grand Guard checkpoint. Let's hope you never need help.
An underground market. Illegal trade means weapons and ammunition.
Hey, come here.
come in. If you've found this place, I'll trade with you. I don't give discounts.
Now royal consort to the Empress. For 3 days following the Duke's return to Karnataka, all official government activity will be put on hold as the Duke recovers from his travels, and additional tariffs will be levied against foot traffic near the Grand Palace.
I have something that might interest you. My name's Mindy Blanchard, and you look like someone who goes into places where you don't belong. Wanna help me with something? You scratch my ass, I'll scratch yours.
I need to get to Addermeyer Institute. Can you help me with that?
Yeah, I know how to do that. You go get a body for me, and I'll help you with your problem. Don't worry, he's already dead.
A body? That's odd. From where?
The overseers are holding him at their outpost. They think he was a kind of a witch. I want the body for reasons of my own. Sneak in and take it, then meet me in the old basement below the dentist office near there.
I'll think about it.
Are we gonna let a few blood flies stop us?
I'm in. Just remember to move slowly, and don't get too close to the nests.
We don't even know if the people inside had any money. We just know they're dead, and the place is infested with blood flies.
Carl, going through there puts us on the other side of the wall of light.
If you want out of the city as bad as I do, this is our chance.
No. More likely we all get stung to death. Then we end up hatching more blood flies for the next group of idiots who try to get inside.
Damn it, Carl.
All right. We don't turn on each other. We'll find another way to make the coin, and another way to get past the wall of light.
Everyone is looking for me. It might pay to be discreet.
I warned you. Please, you gave me no choice.
Please. It's too late for that, Rapallo. Guess what happens next? This is how we get rid of snitches. If anyone asks, he just ran through it. Yeah, we couldn't stop him. the windmill turning all right up there? No problem?
Don't worry, it's turning. Plenty of electricity.
Good. I like this setup better than using the well oil tanks. The wind won't run dry.
Unless something happens to the windmill. These break down just as often in a different way. And they also overcharge sometimes.
If the wind picks up too strong? Like in a storm?
Right. And if that happens, trust me, don't stand too close to the wall of light.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
I'm sure it's nothing. Someone just heard a dog bark or something. Of course, now we're all on edge.
Then we'll be in you shortly.
Move along. We're conducting a search for heretical artifacts.
What? Here? Listen, I only need
This
to...
area is restricted on the authority of the Abbey. No one is allowed inside. They will rise up among us like a virulent wolf, devouring everything wherever they go, even filth. I am certain we will find
A kingdom grown bold by these times shall not abide the footfall of a... Dig deep, brother. Remember that the profane seeks to hide itself. You know not the mind of the deviant, for their thoughts are drowned in dark waters.
What happened here?
Karnaca was a lovely city once, before the Duke began choking the life out of the place, before the Crown Killer started painting the walls red. Now you're here, and I have to wonder whether you're gonna give it that final nudge, or pull it back from the edge. We've both seen cities go bad before. Vermin, blood, and betrayal. It's happening again. I hope you're ready.
What? Somebody's not feeling well.
So let's see. What was it?
It's infested, all right. Move slowly, stay away from the nests, and try to avoid getting filled with bloodfly venom and eggs.
knew this wouldn't work.
Nothing works here.
Your face is covered. Are you worried someone might recognize you?
Brothers and sisters, look to the 7 strictures, and you will know. A young girl came to me on the 14th day of the month of harvest. I will never forget her words. She looked up at me and asked what shrine the outsider
I see a mine collapsing on a dozen workers. A beggar succumbs to blood flies. The cat sleeps on a velvet pillow.
Sometimes I wonder walls and a wretched altar of candles at each enclave. Here in the city,
small trinkets of bone.
Instead, they're made in a few locations, kept from us,
left by those within the outsiders'
Seems
wicked
dangerous.
cabal.
Far worse to have the knowledge of construction materials scattered across the isles. The metals used to make the devices are unusually rare. The techniques, if applied by anyone but the most faithful, resolute overseers, border on heresy.
I suppose you're correct.
In a
It grieves
cage
me
of
to
iron
imagine
and
what
coupled
cultists
into
might
the canal.
accomplish if they took the music boxes and perverted them to their own ends.
For the safety
Exactly,
of all
brother.
those who
Much
lived
better
around
to
her,
protect such a
all
powerful
of you.
tool.
We
Assemble them in
are
secret and
ourselves
dispatch
to
them
the
across the
crimes of
Empire where they're
apostate,
needed
to
in
the
the fight
heretic.
against the
And in
supernatural.
doing so, we save countless others from the horrible discord that awaits them beyond death. Stay to the flesh that is familiar, that of the fowl, sheep, the ox, and fish from the cold ocean. Those who taste the flesh of the rat risk.
I don't...
Huh? That sounded like broken glass. I say this now to all the faithful in our society. Your allegiance should be first and most fiercely to your family, to your neighbors, and to the Abbey of the Everyman. Princes and queens rise and fall, but a succession of overseers will watch you for the entirety of your lifetime, shielding you from the outer horrors of the void and from the spoiled touch of the outsider himself. Hold closest to the seven.
Vice Overseer Liam Byrne.
This heretic's body is important. even though I don't fully understand the situation. We'll wait for the Vice Overseer.
When should Byrne arrive?
He's engaged currently. He'll send someone else, maybe Overseer Kindana. Until then, we stay where we are.
Will the heretic's corpse attract blood flies, brother?
No, I've dusted it already. We should be fine here for now. But mark me, anyone who shows up here has ill will at heart. There are no coincidences in Karnaca.
One way thing it's Abby. Never mattered. These people got to listen, they never do. Oh.
That's Mindy Blanchard. That's it. The body Mindy sent me after. The carriage rails are electrified.
we must to keep our charges from everlasting pain and suffering, to prevent even one among us from wandering through that endless night for time without end. The reward of a life well lived, in keeping with the 7 strictures, is the end of existence, the peace of non-being. Only those who turn from the 7 strictures risk an endless existence, adrift in the void, the dark sky without stars, the cold, lifeless ocean that surrounds us all and threatens to devour the earth and sky and all things in between. Trust in the Abbey, my friends. Trust in the Abbey. A young girl came to me on the 14th day of the month of candles burned low, some small trinkets of gold, and a few coins left by those within the outsider's wicked cabal. Those cursed figures who hunch and shamble just outside the lights of our city, whose faces we do not recognize, and whose voices are strange to us. The girl was taken from her home last night, locked in a cage of iron, and toppled into the canal. Her corruption was repressed for the safety of all those who lived around her, all of you. We pardon our death.
Let's ask the land agent to re-inspect the Riverside Range.
Hurry up. Whoever our friend is, hey, you got him. Put it down in the hole. Good job. Take this.
I won't ask you why you needed that. So how do I get to Addermire?
I just sent one of my boys to turn off the power to the carriage rails. When the juice is off, you can walk along the rails and get where you need to go. On the other side, there's a station that will take you to Addermire.
Better than nothing. Thanks for your help.
So now you've been paid, hit the road.
course. Splendid idea.
Witch's brew. What would you say to a day at the Botanical Gardens?
Count me in.
What would you say to some unusual gossip over dinner?
Now the power's down.
Let us take the carriage. Adamire is closed to the public.
We'll have to try again. We have to see Dr. Hypatia.
They don't let anyone see her anymore. Not even people who need urgent treatment.
If we Adamire Station. This should take me out to the Institute.
Adamire Station? No one ever goes out there anymore.
More Grand Guard soldiers. Best to avoid.
No thanks, ma'am. That's not what I'm saying. Why do we even need Grand Guard personnel here? We just carry out your orders. It seems
Welcome to Winslow's Safes. Feel free to have a look around.
I have to tell myself that fixing all this will bring back prosperity. This must be the alchemist's apartment. Alexandria Hypatia. What's going on at Addermire? What's the Duke's interest, and how is it connected to Delilah? The bloodflies have flourished with all the Duke's executions.
I spend
less and less time here at my apartment, but my work at Adamire demands it. After the horrible failures of my first serum, I'm more determined than ever to help the miners. It's not my say how hard the Duke and his cronies drive the workers, but until he sees reason, I'll do what I can to make their lives better and to provide comfort to their families. It's my obsession, this work, and the impact it will have on the least privileged people in Karnaca. Studying the original plague elixirs, I'm close to something.
When I find Hypatia, I'll see what she knows about the Crown Killer.
I'll check around here. Nothing here? Let's have a look around.
I wonder who that was. What? Did I imagine that? No, I'm sure.